Hey, it's Connor Ball here from the band The Vamps, and today I am going to be showing you a little bit of how I use RePitch and VocAlign in my projects and how I use them to tune vocals and align some vocals. This project is a song called Boys Will Cry from my other band project, The Lunar Year, and I'm going to be playing you a little section of the verse so you can hear the vocal without the tuning, and then we'll dive into the tuning after. So here it is.
Everyone makes mistakes, and every tear, they're all the same. We feel like ghosts.
So yeah, a little bit pitchy, but with the help of RePitch, we can sort that out. And you know, sometimes you get a little bit of pitchy. This is probably just my excuse, but get a little bit pitchy. And even though it's a bit pitchy, you can like the character of the vocal and the take. So it's nice to just be able to take that and put it into the right key.
Everyone makes mistakes, and every tear, they're all the same. We feel like ghosts.
So the first thing I do after the audio is captured is highlight everything, and then you can then change to the center notes tool, and you can drag the correction all the way up to the top if you want. And as you can see, that is pulling all the notes into the scale that you've selected, which is perfect. Sometimes you don't want all the way, but in this case, it should be good.
Everyone makes mistakes, and every tear, they're all the same. We feel like ghosts.
Nice. And for me, that feels good. You can then go further and do the drift of every note as well. But it's kind of nice to be able to have individual kind of control over each note. So you might want to do that individually. So another thing you can do is change the length of individual notes. So you can stretch them or you can shorten them depending on what you need. So with this note here, I want to bring it a little bit shorter, just so it's slightly shorter so it cuts off exactly on the beat.
Time away.
So as you can see, it just pulls it in slightly, which is great. Also, you can actually nudge the whole note slightly earlier if you need to, or later. So if you pull this in, you can see it comes up with this little interface, and you can just pull it all the way until you could go drastic and pull it right there, or you can just like move it in slightly.
Passing time away.
And that feels good. However, it's sometimes nice to be able to have complete control over everything you do within the vocal. So I'm going to be using a few different tools to kind of even out some of this. So if I play the vocal.
Everyone makes mistakes, and every tear, they're all the same. We feel like ghosts.
So obviously the ghosts is not right. D doesn't fit into this. It needs to be here.
They're all the same. We feel like ghosts.
So then that is perfect, but that's just one way of like kind of just moving it up. Within that note, you can then go into the shaper tool, and as you can see, some of the drift here maybe is like slightly off. So you can draw in these little notes, and however you want to do it, you can center it. Like this kind of takes away some of the vibrato, but maybe it's good in this case.
We feel like ghosts.
So that's no vibrato at all, which is nice, but it's also kind of cool to have a little bit of something.
Feel like ghosts.
Just gives it a little bit of movement, which I kind of like within a vocal.
Yeah, they're all the same. We feel.
So the word "same" has quite a little bit of vibrato on, which I want to keep. And we can kind of make it a little bit more drastic as well. If we take these, if I bump up this one, pull this one down. And so you can kind of just use the shaper tool to pull things exactly where you want them, which gives you complete control of every single note within the vocal, which is something I really like.
Yeah, they're all the same. We feel like.
So I've made that kind of vibrato a bit more drastic, but it really fits within this. You can go crazy with it and go like next level. So if I change the drift, this can go all the way and it sounds.
Yeah, they're all the same. We feel like.
Super vibrato, but in some instances that's perfect. So you can go the other way and make it completely flat using this top control point, which then gives it that super tuned, absolutely bang on.
Yeah, they're all the same. We feel.
So that's the vibrato completely gone. In this instance, we want to keep the vibrato, so here we go.
They're all the same, we feel.
So that feels good to me. So as you can see, this note here is slightly out of where it should be. It's not exactly on the note. So you can use this right control point, which is called correction. If I just drag this up, it will put it exactly onto the note.
And every tear, they're all the same, we feel like.
Perfection. So another feature of control points is the middle one, which is level change, where it can automate the volume of a specific note, which is great because this then takes out, sometimes you just want to automate stuff within one plugin, which is amazing. So this one note here, I can bring up the level plus 10 dB.
Everyone makes mistakes, everyone makes.
And that first note that maybe you couldn't hear it at first as much, it just brings the level up, it's great. So using the draw tool, we can actually add in a vibrato that wasn't there in the first place, which can be cool. So I'm gonna use this note, which is on the word away.
I'm away.
And if we take the draw tool and we can just draw in this vibrato, it's kind of fun, it's like a game. I'm gonna see what that sounds like.
Passing time away.
Just adds a little wobble in there, you know? We can even go further with that. We can add in the shaper tool and we can just kind of manipulate that even further, which is nice. Cool, and then you get this.
Time away.
Bit of vibrato, kind of nice. All in all, the reason that RePitch is now my new go-to pitch correction software is it's so easy, the user interface is amazing, and within minutes you can have a professional sounding vocal. So now that we've done the pitch correction, I want to move on to the vocal alignment using VocAlign, which I've been using for a great amount of time now. It's my favorite thing to use whilst kind of tracking vocals, editing vocals, everything, because it's so quick. If you're doing doubles, harmonies, it's great to get a picture straight away of what the end product is going to be like. So here we go. So I have this lead vocal here of the chorus.
Boys will cry behind their eyes too.
Which I also have 2 doubles and 2 harmonies left and right.
Boys will cry behind their eyes too.
And as you can see, they are kind of in time, but like it could use a little bit of tightening, which VocAlign is perfect for. So what I usually do is I use the audio suite feature in Pro Tools because it kind of applies it directly to the actual audio file. So I bring it up, VocAlign Project 5, and with the part that I want to be the main part, I use it as the guide. So you click the audio file, capture it, and it will be there. And then, so if I want to do the left side double, I just click the file, capture it as the dub, press render, and that's literally it. For me, I use tightest timing, sometimes tightest timing, fewer edits. So it just brings it into the original timing that the first vocal had, so.
Boys will cry behind their eyes too.
Which sounds amazing to me. So I'll do that on the rest as well. I just capture it and there, and it will just, as you can see, the file slightly moves because that's where it's moved it into time with the lead vocal. And you can do it for these too. So the harmonies, I'll do it off the lead vocal as well, obviously. Capture them, render. If I play them together,
boys will cry behind their eyes too.
They're just super tight, and it just sounds great. I love how the doubles sound, because with doubles, for me, I like it to thicken the sound rather than knowing that you have loads of doubles on there. So it just sits perfectly. It's so you can push the double basically as loud as it goes without being noticeable that it's a double. As you can see, like the vocals on 0 dB and this is -5.
Boys will cry behind their eyes too.
And in the actual song,
Boys will cry behind their eyes too.
it just sounds great. It's super tight, super clean. For a polished vocal, I think it's perfect.
Boys will cry behind their eyes to hide the man inside. strong.